Good morning, YouTubers. It's been a hot minute since the last video, so I figured I'll give you guys a quick update. Nothing really significant has changed. Haven't added any new fish. I've added a couple of new corals. I don't know all the names of them. I added the orange ones that are behind the fox face. I believe those are Bam Bams. The yellow ones above it are King Midas, I believe. But everything's doing pretty well. I'm getting growth. It's not like overnight, boom, my tank's full of stuff, but it is growing. Some frog spawns and hammers, they're doing well. I think it's a Australian gold hammer is what it was called when I bought it. Maybe under different names, may not even be an Australian gold hammer, I don't know, but it's been in the tank for 2 months, 3 months. I've already got 2 new heads on it since putting it in here. It's starting to open up and fill out pretty nicely. I did add, now locally here it's called a Scuba Steve. What is its scientific technical name? I have no idea, but it looks cool and it's doing well. Armor of God, it's doing well. This hammer's opening up and spreading out. Actually, I think that's a frog spawn. This plate coral's been doing some weird crap lately. Like 2 days ago, it completely deflated. I could see the skeleton and everything, and then a day later, it filled back up. And it was funny because I was looking at the tank last night, and I remember thinking to myself, God, I'm happy that thing, is recovering. And all of a sudden, the mouth opened up and it deflated again. I was like, what the hell? So I'll keep an eye on it. I don't know if something was irritating it or what happened. Mushroom's doing pretty good. I think I started with 1, and I think there's 3 in that little clump. So it's doing well. Like I said, the anemones, they're doing good. Whenever they're full on open, they're both about dinner. Both of these are these two are actually green bubble tips. When they're full on happy, they're about dinner plate size. The rainbow, we're getting the back side of the rainbow anemone. It's doing well. It's growing slowly, but it is growing, so we're happy about that. There's Mr. Naso, and these shrooms are growing as well. This orange, I want to say it's a rodactus. It started out as 1, and now I got 2. The green and purple mushroom, it's doing well. Everybody's doing well. Haven't lost any fish or anything. Haven't added any fish either. Now my 50-gallon tank upstairs, I did add a blue hippo tang. So I got a typical Ocellaris clown, and then a hippo tang, and a yellow watchman goby. Now I'm kind of one, I like irony and humor, so I named the hippo tang Nori. The clownfish is Demo, and the yellow watchman goby is Mr. Happy. So if you can figure out the irony in the names, good on you. If not, well, God love you. Just did maintenance on my 1 max spec gyre, cleaned it up, and it's running a lot better. There was all kinds of algae inside the blades, so I pulled it apart, cleaned it up. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to replace those those cages though, because they're starting to show some wear and tear, and it's not due to a manufacturer's flaw or anything like that. It's me using my gorilla hands to take it apart to clean it. So that's bad on me, not on them. This gyre down here, I'm going to pull out shortly after this video and clean it up. Pull it apart. Hopefully I don't break it. Pulling it apart with these gorilla hands. Big gorilla hands. So, but that's what's going on up top. Down below, give me a second. Let me flip the lights on. Down below, I did add a CO2 scrubber. I was figuring bad air, maybe the cause carbon dioxide. Yeah, that's the two, CO2. CO2 in the air has been, some people say that's the cause for low pHs. My pHs have been hovering in the 7.8, 7.9. It's okay. It's not, great. So I thought, add a CO2 scrubber to my skimmer. It did bump my pH up by adding that. Not significantly. The pH hovers around 8 point. Let's see, like right now, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's at 7.99, which is still good. It's not great, but it's tolerable. It's acceptable. My understanding is the higher the pH, that's kind of an indicator that your parameters in your tank are well enough to support coral growth. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, but those vermitid snails, the tube snails, man, I got them. Oh my Lord, I got them. I'm looking to get rid of them. So, if anybody knows of a fish or something that eats those tube snails, let me know in the comments, please. Alright, so we'll do a real quick walk around again. Everybody's doing well. Everybody seems to be happy and healthy. Foxface is a fat boy. And it's funny because I don't see him eating all the time, but he's a fat boy. And I'm okay with that. So, that's lengthwise in the tank from end to end. I'm really digging how clear the water is, that I can go, 6 foot. This is a 6 foot tank, so from end to end, and I can see clearly now. Not trying to steal anybody's song. So, this is the tank. I got a bubbler. I'm using a wood stone down in the sump, and I bubble scrub. So for every hour for 5 minutes, it injects bubbles into the return line, and so that helps keep the food and waste particles suspended long enough to get pulled into the overflow box and down into the filtration. So it's doing its thing. I like watching the bubbles. Even if they don't do anything, I still like watching the bubbles, and I personally don't see any harm to having pretty bubbles swirling around in the tank. So, but this is it. Let me back up and give you guys there we go. End to end 6 foot tank, 210 gallons. All right, y'all have a blessed day.